Hello, and welcome to another One Piece manga chapter read along. This week we are reading chapter 1180. In the live chat, we have Rohit, Hachijak, Hunter, Modru, Booty, Ivan Herrera, Dekotami is also here. Oh, I missed an opportunity to start the video with hello. My name? I forgot my name. Inigo I forgot his name already. No, I put myself on the spot. But anyway, I reacted to The Princess Bride today, and there's this character called Inigo Montoya, and he says this line was, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." So funny. Anyway, I saw something this week online, but it's not so much a spoiler so much as people making a connection with two characters that I feel like is just theorizing probably. But we'll talk more about it at the end once I know if it was a spoiler or not, because I don't actually know since I didn't look into it. I obviously scrolled past. But yeah, initially it was just a picture of the character that we saw last week or 2 weeks ago. So it was that character, a visual, and then another character visual, like next to each other. And I thought, whoa, that looks so cool, and I liked it. But then I realized, like, wait, are they making a connection because of something that was revealed in the chapter? So then I unliked it and I scrolled away fast. Because, I don't know. I didn't really need to unlike it, but I was worried that it will show me more things that are the same, you know? If you know what I'm talking about, but let's not talk about it. I just want you guys know me. I'm always honest if I see something or whatever. So, yeah. Let's take a look at just quickly well, I guess we don't need to take a look at the end of 1179 because that's where it ended. Dun dun dun. Okay, but this week we're starting on page 1. I'm obviously reading from the Shonen Jump app, as I am every week. And yes, I read it on my phone because it's very convenient. And I was just reminded that the latest 3 chapters of One Piece are always free to read. So, you can pay, catch up with One Piece, and then you can stop paying and forever just, read it free. That's really cool of them, in my opinion. But okay, so the chapter is called OMEN. And last time I actually didn't read the title and it worked out kind of perfectly. But if anyone can help me remember at the end of the chapter to go back to the title, because I feel like I often forget to link the title with the content that I just read. And I think sometimes it's very interesting. So if anyone can remind me later to just come back to the title, it's called Omen. Not a good omen, not a bad omen. It just says Omen. And then the reader request here is Vegapunk modifying Zeus to rain candy instead of water by Honey Liquor. Honey Liquor. Oh, that is such a cute little chopper picture though. And we have Nami and Vegapunk included in the pic because obviously it's Zeus. So that is so cute. Imagine this for like a birthday party, just instead of a piñata, there's just a cloud coming over with raining candy for kids. Sorry, I need to move this. Okay, so we're turning the page. And we have, what did you guys call it last week? The drums of oppression and awoo, awoo playing in the background. Okay. A boof, a sudden boof. Okay, I have to turn like this because it's one of those pages. Nice pants. Is that? It's like hammer pants, but in the style of Vikings with a skull where the crotch kind of hangs. Wow, his hair is glorious, but I mean, I knew that from last time. And he says, "Who is the king of this land? And who do you think you are? This land has no king." Great one. When I'm still focusing here on his design, we have like this kind of like line from his eye, or well, he has the one eye being hidden, very Sanji-esque. And then this line, like this Dr. Stone kind of line, but then polka dots on his skin with the eyes on his hands. And like quite interesting that a character like this would have what seems like, you know, shackles, but it's not shackles, it's more like cool bracelets. Toei is going to hate animating those dots. Oda knew what he was doing. Polka dot skin or clothed. It looks to me very skin, very right on his skin. But the style of the clothes are very Elbaf, so that's interesting. Even on his like ankles, you see the dots, so I feel like that's definitely his skin. And the weapon is just, yeah. His dots remind me of Pierre. You're right, Pierre did have those kind of dots. Pierre. Well, I should have committed to that, but I didn't want to. That bird screech was something else. Okay, so then we have... what the fuck? Her fingers just fell off! What the fuck? What art thou doing, Somers? Like, she didn't even realize. You know, like Usopp's spell? My finger suddenly hurt. Her fingers! Bastard! How gruesome! Who is that guy? And then he caught his heart. Phew, got it. No! Zoro is the first one to like... Are you in the Knights of God too? Are you in the Knights of God? Either way, he's an enemy. Stay back, Hydrogen. Stay back! No! We don't know what he can do. And then someone like stops. And his leg is just... It's okay. Pirates all have peg legs. It looks awesome. Stanson! Still, oh my god, imagine how they're gonna animate this. Do you think Toei is allowed to show blood though? If they don't animate blood, they should just not animate it. Sorry, I'm a little bit peeved at some Dragon Ball scenes because it's Toei, right? And they just like... Stay away from him. I'm sorry, Stanson. Who is that? King of Hell. 3-sword serpent. Purgatory. Zoro, no! I don't want it! I don't want it! What's gonna... He does King of Hell, 3-sword serpent, Purgatory. And then, what is that, his tail? But it like blocks... He says Omen. He said Omen. He said the title. He did this. He said Omen. Cha-ching! What is cha-ching? I don't want to turn the page, guys. I don't want to turn the page. I don't want to know what happens to Zoro. I'm not prepared. I don't want to. He did this, and I did cha-ching, and okay. Okay. His head is not sliced off. It's fine. He just gets pushed back. And then Hydrogen still jumps at him. Damn. What is that? Then he does this, and he does. Wait, what? Wait, what? This and this, like that. Oh, Zoro blocked it. Oh, thank God. In my mind, I saw him decapitated. Honestly, I know that could never happen, but you don't think about it. Like, this is, emo. Imagine the uproar. I feel like I would have definitely, if something like Zoro's head getting chopped off happened, I would have been spoiled. But still, it doesn't take away the fear that you have of like something being. Okay. So there's an explosion. Hydrogen! What are these black flames? Ah, yes. Omen. He still took damage, obviously, like you're gonna, but he was basically just pushed back and not decapitated. That's what's important here. Make haste, Somers. There is little time. Yes, great one. And then, like, these houses look animated. They're singing. Some of them, but not all of them. Or did they just change back? Did they jump and then the houses went back to normal? Like he went too far away to affect them. So it's like an awakened devil fruit scene. Zoro, get inside. Everyone else, gather up the injured and the knocked out kids. Oh. What is... There's an unspoken contract between creator and audience that even if you know the main character will be fine, you're still allowed to feel tension for what you're seeing. In my mind, I couldn't help but see like a silhouette of like Zoro's body and the shot, like his head just and just. Warning to all of Elbaf. Some kind of being greater than the Knights of God has landed on the island. Be on guard. So, sorry, Rohit. Wait until the end before, like, maybe needing to explain things to me, because, like, I was still reading and then I said, okay, they're jumping and it's like he's getting further away. So I'm, like, trying to theorize too. And then, so I think I got what you said, so it's not bad, but I'm just warning for it in the future. But honestly, it's my fault. I should not look. Okay. So then we have on the next page, Emu flying over the trees, through the sky. He's got this like demon circle with these eyes, like it's this weird dark halo type of thing. The horns, the wings. This is gonna look amazing. I hate how good he looks. Okay, warning to all of Elbaf. Some kind of being greater than the Knights of God has landed on the island. Be on guard. What's here now? You mean it's not over? Keep your weapons on you. We've had enough of the fires and collapses. Damn, he went straight to... From there, he went straight to... What's her name? Blue hair. And his weapon turned to this black smoke? And he cracks the ice, and there's this little bombs. These are like demon bombs. Team Gaban by the lift, Sunworld. What is going on? Even at God Valley, I never felt Haki like this. Walrus School. You charred it. Beggars can't be choosers. It's better than being frozen. Who said you charred it? Oh, Luffy. Because of what, did he burn the meat? Now, stockpile your energy. I think we've got a real monster on the island now. I think so too. They're all just like stuffing their faces. Oh, Luffy is still like drained. What's happening? I don't know, but the Haki is tremendous. If it's an ally of the Knights of God, then they might be after... Huh? Great one! Done! Thank you for the omen. Omen, omen. What? 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 Hey, who is that? He's dangerous, Sanji. Who said you could release him? Oh, so he's giving them the omen. And like it's fixing them somehow. Releasing. So then Sanji charges at him next. I cannot see what is happening. Wait. Okay, so Sanji charges at him and then kicks. And I think he blocks it with his foot. Right? And then I don't know what's... Huh? He falls back. And it looks like Imu kicks him back. And an explosion that... There are just... Is this an American movie? Explosions, explosions, explosions everywhere. That was a joke. Sanji, no! What are these black flames? Hey, is that... What do you want with Elbaf? I search for the killer of my faithful servant Harold, who was slain here 14 years past. He was not your servant. Harold was my father, the king of Elbaf, and I'm the man you're looking for. I see. If not for thee, all this trouble would be avoided. Man, I hate it when people do that. Like, if only you listen to the bad guy, then all these, senseless killings would never have had to happen. So you're actually to blame. I'm the man you're looking for. Here in the real world, you deal with me and Elbaf. Remember that, clown. Is that foreshadowing something about Buggy? Remember when everyone was saying something about Buggy and the Chebek? What if his real father? Did he just call him a clown? Emu copied Buggy's Muggy Bowl kick. Oh, so there's two Buggy links in this chapter. Coincidence? I think not. This was a very, very action-packed chapter. It went by like this. Oh my gosh. And the title was Omen, and he gave them, somehow he like gave it to them. Oh my god, the way he fucking sliced through her fingers though. That was bad. Phew, got it. So he caught his heart. Where did he said Omen twice, once to Somers. Okay, so the spoiler that I saw was just like Eneru next to Imu. And I think they were somehow connecting them, and it said something like, this is who Eneru was trying to become. So I think it's probably a theory, right? Why LOL? So I don't know why the links were being made, but there were links being made, and I just saw that one post. So thankfully it's not a spoiler. Like, it's not like he was mentioned in this chapter. So wait, he used Omen once on Zoro, like, but he also gave Omen to Killingham. And didn't Somers also say ah yes, Omen? Like, it's what is it? And now he also has that, like, that thing. People are desperate for Inaru to appear. No offense. I like the character as well. Who would take offense by that? What? I guess he can use omens as an attack or as a boost. Because an omen is neutral. You can then make it good or bad, probably. Good omen, bad omen. Like, I rarely use the word... I rarely see the word just used alone. It's usually... maybe people say it's an omen, and oftentimes I feel like it's inclined to be bad. But you can... I've also heard people talk about good omens and bad omens, but very rarely just an omen. But I think it's usually implied which one it is. Okay, let's take a look at what the Discord says first. So Tiago said, I didn't know the devil likes having polka dot skin. Plus, the eye on his hand makes me think Egyptian, although somewhat different to the Eye of Ra. I take it Omen is the sort of ability that responds differently according to the target. One, I assume, buffs. The other explodes or curses. Curses. Ooh, Mulder says the 3 skulls are also kind of the same as Blackbeard's flag. Rohit said, 3 skulls are referenced in many mythologies, like 3 judges of the underworld, 3 sons of Kronos, and 3-headed Kerberos. It's probably a symbol of his race. Maybe Blackbeard took inspiration from this to create a Jolly Roger to mock him. But also there's other theories surrounding why Blackbeard has 3 skulls, right? So there it could... Now it's like the theory is expanding. So maybe Blackbeard took an inspiration from this to create a Jolly Roger to mock him, just like Emu did with Mary Jawa being a former land of gods, and turn it to the land of celestial dragons. Poor Gerd. She loved sewing clothes, and now she can't. I mean, I've seen people without hands paint. But yeah, I get what you mean. Maybe Chopper can cure her if he turns out to be Emu's counter. Now that we've seen Emu's real form, I wonder who will be his voice. His voice actor. My pick would be the voice of Eren. After watching Magi, I can't imagine it. Like, he doesn't have enough presence. But that's because in my most recent memory, he's Alibaba, right? Would finding a 4-leaf clover count as a good omen? I think so. What is an omen? An event regarded as portent of good or evil. So portent means a sign. So it's just a sign that good or bad is coming. So yeah, he can definitely use it either way. Doji tagged me in something. But I'm not logged in. Oh yeah, this is what I saw. Yes. Take a moment and realize that this was the god Inaru was trying to become, Nerona Imu. So I saw this first. I didn't see that. Like, I mean, I saw it, but you know when you don't see something because he's in color. So I just said the god and Imu and yeah, but this was basically it. Okay, can I just open it on my phone though so that I can actually wait, Instagram. It looks like a clean cut. Usually, you can sew the fingers back with a clean cut. I believe in Chopper. I just want to see the replies on that post. The kanji for God on the arc maxim can also be read as Nerono, Nerona. I don't know how true that is. The interior of the arc maxim has the same symbol that Imu wears. Oh, this one. I always find it funny that people said I could skip that arc and it ended up being one of my top 3 favorite arcs. And now it seems to be quite important. That's a stretch, man. This obviously is the only relation to Emu. You clown. Couldn't grow his hair out, so he said ears will do. Makes sense. He introduced Gorosei and Inaru in the same arc. Makes me think that Skypia arc would be replaced with Final War arc and Robin learning about Void Century, which means no Water 7, no Thriller Bark, but a speed run. Many things not included. I don't know what they're trying to say. Inaru looks like a world emu from Walmart cosplay with those drums now. The foreshadowing he has been doing is insane. Just finished Skypia last night for the second time. It's a lot better than the first time, and it makes more sense with recent information. Real fans loved it from the start. I'm kidding. How people can just skip an entire arcs in One Piece is beyond me. Yeah, I don't know. This chapter dropped, this is from Otaku DSA. This chapter dropped a very strong hint, and this is where you realize the greatness of translation and quality, because most One Piece fans completely overlook this. There's a striking similarity between two words, Haki and Maki. Unfortunately, Maki was translated as omen, or a sinister foreboding. Whoa! Haki Maki. Maki was translated as omen, or a sinister foreboding. While that isn't technically a linguistic mistake, since many English translators relied on standard meaning, it arguably erased one of Oda's terrifying wordplays, something likely only native Japanese speakers could fully catch. Because there is a powerful parallel between the two words, ha, the ha from haki, meaning dominance, supremacy, overwhelming power in a positive sense, and then the ma from maki, meaning demonic aura, darkness, cursed or ominous force. And both share ki, which is a spiritual energy or life force. What if Haki was something Joy Boy developed as a counterforce against Imu's Maki? That would explain how Joy Boy's Haki was able to repel the Gorosei. wound Emu, and even make her gasp under the pressure of his Haki during the Egghead arc. So, what, her being Emu? What if Joy Boy spread Haki among humans so they could resist not only devil fruit powers, but also Emu's demonic abilities? And what if the highest form of Haki, Conqueror's Haki, belongs only to certain bloodlines and races? And that is why Emu seeks to purge them from the earth through extermination in order to create his own world. That's interesting about the kanji for, so this is, like I said, otaku underscore d underscore sa. And there you can see, okay, that's the page. So Haki and Maki, very like similar. Bye. I don't mean to sound like a weeb, but this is why back in the day, translators would use romaji on attack names and give an explanation to avoid confusion. This puts Scopper's line into question. Maybe he wasn't talking about the strength, but the quality and sinister feeling it gave off. While watching Egghead, I wondered why Gorosei Haki had a different color pattern, black and blue, than regular Conqueror's Haki. At that time, I called it Abyssal Haki. Does that mean that if your willpower is strong enough, you can exercise them to outer planes like demons? Maybe it was Maki and not Haki. It's provided by Emu for them, but the real question is, do they hold both abilities? Or has their Haki changed to Maki due to the sea contract with Emu? Hmm. So basically, Chopper ate the Hito Hito no Mi, Hakiman model. For me, this is Chopper. Okay, wait, there's another, he's linking another um tweet from chapter 1177. As we see, Chopper expelled the demon, possessing the giant with a single strike, reversing its demonic nature back to human. We know Chopper's devil fruit is the human Zoan, but its exact model remains unknown. Chopper most likely embodies Elkthirnir, the god of the forest, from, there's obviously theories, from Norse Edda mythology, the stag tied to Yggdrasil mentioned alongside the squirrel Ratatoskr. Chopper is thus another mythical creature born of the world tree. Remarkably, the damage inflicted was spiritual, not physical, mirroring Rox's intangible attack, which caused no sensation of pain. This makes Chopper the perfect counter to Emu's non-physical abilities. If Chopper god the forest, Emu if Chopper is god of the forest, Emu is god of the sea. Evidence. Brogy sank upon transformation, while the giant freed by Chopper emerged under a sun-like emblem. Chopper forcibly cancelled the demonic contract. What does this imply? Chopper can likely harm the Holy Knights even without Conqueror's Haki, acting as Emu's natural enemy. Kind of like, with Eneru lightning and then Luffy rubber. But this is like more, even more. Oda spotlighted Chopper's own shock at the strike effect, hinting that he unwittingly holds the decisive weapon against them. Even the strongest physical or spiritual attacks failed against Emu, as seen in God Valley. Yet Chopper's power uniquely affects non-physical entities. Whether this is exclusive to his model or applies to all human Zoan users remain unclear. Oda appears to draw from the Chinese five elements. Wood, earth subdues water, thus Chopper weakens Emu. The earlier hint that fire subdues wood explains Nami's fury over the forest being burned. Emu see water as Nika's sun fire natural foe. Oh. explaining her icy composure before them. Imu's icy composure. This further showcases Oda's intricate Norse mythology in Elbaf, positioning Chopper's fruit as the pivotal counter to Imu and the celestial dragons. So these are the pictures that are included in this theory. Like this is very sun-like. You can see that. It looks like a sun. Hmm. Hmm. It makes me wonder if the reason that Blackbeard attacked Drum Island. Yeah, you said that. We talked about that before. It's just thinking about that. It makes you think, oh my god, it's all so linked. Like, because he knew back then there was a reason why Blackbeard went there. It wasn't just a coincidence. It wasn't just foreshadowing Blackbeard's character, it was foreshadowing potentially this. That's crazy. My god. So yeah, very exciting chapter. Um a lot of action, so it went by really fast. But luckily we have another chapter next week. Let me just quickly check more the hashtag. Oda? Ooh, cool. Something about the white dots. Oda quotes the white dots from the Bori religion. Bori is an African spiritual tradition particularly prevalent in Nigeria. It's based on summoning Bori spirits and them entering the human body. The body is the vessel, the spirit is an independent entity. The theory cooks up the entity Mo and Imo Sama. So, like, this is just a picture from, I guess, what it looks like. But it's interesting, he has different like things drawn on his body. He has the line from the eye, the eye on the hand, like the line from his eye goes down, and then there's dots around it, and then the dots stop there, and then the lines continue to an eye on his hand. So it's like maybe mixing different kind of cultural. It's also known as Hausa animism or Magu Zanchi. Magu, it's based on the belief in spirits, Iskoki or Bori, that inhabit things or influence humans and include the rituals of spirit possession or entering a state of trance or coma through dance music and rhythms. Then the reply is, the people are called Hausa. The Bori is a traditional spiritual system among the Hausa people in West Africa. Someone is very mad. Oh, people, fear Allah your Lord. What is this talk? Summoning spirits? Why do you follow anime that contain these things? It reminds me of when some parents were like banning Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh for being devils. I literally just researched the Bori tradition for a shonen I'm working on myself. A few years ago, I said, praise be, that the One Piece does not delve into magic and sorcery and talisman like other shows. Magic battles or Demon Slayer. I don't know how kids watch these anime. In the end, it turns out Emu is a great sorcerer who ruled the world of One Piece. Spirits, also known as jinns. D jinns? Because you know jinn is spelled with a D. It's funny. Emo is the devil who possessed the body of Saint Nerona Emo to rule the world through him. Is that like a real person? I hate when people do this. Like this one guy just posts this. But he's not saying Oda said that. He's making a theory based on like symbolism. Like why even say anything at all? Why not just ignore the tweet then? So here's someone else that linked. Oh wow. So this person, Black Tyonte Zavi, they follow me? I follow back now. But so this person linked their own tweet where they were making the same connections based on that picture of Emu, you know? So Black Tyonte Zavi, Emu African symbolism, redo with more details, let's begin. So then he showed the dots on the face and the body. The Karo tribe in Ethiopia's some Omo Valley is renowned for painting their bodies and faces with intricate white dots, lines, and patterns using white chalk. Both men and women use this, often inspired by guinea fowl plumage to signify beauty, status, and for ceremonies. Oda, inspired by East African Ethiopian culture, tribe called Kara for emu white dot symbols. I think it should have said allegedly. No, not allegedly. More like possibly inspired. Then there's another one called Wodabe Festival. During the festival, Wodabe men paint their faces red but use white clay to create intricate patterns of dots and lines to enhance their features for courtship dance. West Africa Wodabe tribe known to paint their faces red, okay? And then there's another Tassili Nazer. It holds one of the most important groupings of prehistoric cave art in the world and covers an area of more than 28,000 square meter something. Prehistoric cave with paintings of individual with white dot symbols and other with horns and white dot symbols. So like these are the So there's just potential links and inspirations. Ooh, they delve into it more. To start this off, I want to say if you don't believe Oda isn't getting any type of inspiration from Africa, you need to reread the story. From Arabasta paralleling Egypt and to him mentioning of your trace your roots of people DNA leads back to single woman in Africa. Just know, Oda heavily added Africa parallels for Emu. So this is just like some examples, I guess. I don't think anyone ever, like everyone knows Arabasta is like Egypt, right? Oda said in volume 61 that if you trace the roots of people's DNA, our blood all leads to a single woman from a long time ago in Africa. Can anyone confirm that? Volume 61. Maybe like in the SBS or something. Emu parallel to Kara tribe. The Kara tribe is a well-known East African Ethiopian tribe. They are a small group, but they're very known for their body art of some of the most abstract designs ever seen. But design that connects to emu. Wait. They're known to use white lines and apply white dots all over their face and torso. This being to fully signify high status, beauty, and other ritual ceremonies. Emu could be someone that using body paint to signify something. The Wodaabe is a West African tribe that is actually healthy sized tribe, so they're quite big. This tribe is a very standout one that's known for body paint, and they're also known as the taboo people. What does that mean? Emu may be in the past and still doing taboo things. So they have some screenshots of this. The Wodaabe are a nomadic, Fula-speaking cattle-herding tribe of roughly 100 to 200,000 people, primarily inhabiting the Sahel region across Nigeria, Cameroon, Chad, and the Central African Republic. Known as people of the taboo, they are famous for their strict cultural codes and the Jedawal, an annual vibrant male beauty competition. Wow, I mean, Emu must have won a few of those, right? The taboo identity. Wodaabe means people of the taboos, and they strictly adhere to a code of conduct that defines their spiritual and social reality. What do you mean taboos? They're heavily partake in beauty and even have their men dress up to impress women of the tribe. But that's like Animal Kingdom 101. The men are always the more flamboyant, right? The men apply face paint and sometimes being red, and they add on red lines and white dots. See, once again, this could be a major reference to what we see on Emu with the white dots, and he might have red paint. The Wodaabe believe that beauty and charm are central to life, heavily influencing their annual Gerawal festival where men compete in the beauty pageants. That they have a deep cultural significance. And then there's the prehistoric art in the caves. You're probably wondering what can truly be the connection with Emu and this prehistoric cave. It's truly the abstract wall art, and what I discovered is one individual in the art has white dotted symbols, but the other has white dots and horns like Emu does, and it's known as the horned goddess. Oh, it's so much more in this cave, and it's even the ringed symbols like Emu's eyes on the rock itself. I believe it is possible that Oda had visited these places and gained a lot of inspiration from the story itself. So, like, at these caves where there are these paintings, this is kind of like the paintings look like. And here is geometric designs on a boulder in the area. So like is linking to like, even if this is not true, I very much respect this level of theorizing. Love it. Lost, but what truly is the most biggest thing that I've found, or that is like, it looks very relevant to them, I guess. It's wall art of this being that has mushrooms sprouting out. It looks kind of a bit like Chopper in Monster Point, and it made me think about if the theory about Chopper having the all-healing mushroom himself for devil fruit, could it truly be possible that Chopper might also be Emu's natural enemy and one that could also stop him in a way? So they're showing this other figure. So this is the painting, and like he's saying he's connecting that to Chopper. The bee faced, because so bee meaning like it has these kind of lines. The bee faced mushroom shaman. Oh, that's the title of the art. The bee faced mushroom shaman. A shaman is kind of like a doctor back in the day. So Booty says he checked the SBS from volume 61 very fast, so he may have missed something, but he does not see any reference talking about like this first woman of Africa. So just to be clear, it was claimed, but we have not, Booty has not found if Oda actually said that. So a shaman is like a witch doctor, and witch doctors are healers. So that's the connection he's making. Well, I don't have to look it up, but more or less, before there were doctors in some tribes still today, the healers are the shaman and the witch doctors and whatnot. So his connection is that picture, and it looks like there are mushrooms growing out of his, like, this is the actual painting though, so I mean, but there looks like there are little mushrooms growing out. And then, I mean, Chopper's fruit. Wait. Chopper's fruit looks like a mushroom, right? Which is fucking cool. The second world. Within the void there was breath. The forest god tamed demons, and the sun spread the fires of war. The mushroom that could cure any disease, Chopper's devil fruit. Here, he unreversed the Domi Reversi by punching him. And then there's the sun. The sun spread the fires of war. So there's this sun when the giant turned. We moderns might wonder. So this is a screenshot, not something they typed. We moderns might wonder what ancient people did when not hunting, gathering, and reproducing. The answer is that they did mushrooms, at least according to one interpretation, of cave paintings at Tassili Najer in Algeria, some of which go back 9,000 years. Here are the earliest known depictions of shamans with large numbers of grazing cattle, writes ethnobotanist/mystic Terence McKenna in his book Food of the Gods, The Search for the Original blah blah blah. Ending, conclusion. It's really so deep, and the lore is rich within Africa, y'all. I always say Disney should stop recreating, freaking making a bunch of live action princess movies that is never going to be as good as the original. And it's not live action anyway, because they have to digitally create everything. If they want new princesses and characters, like, take inspiration from African lore. Like, it's insane. It's vast. Like, I'm not talking about 100 years ago. I'm talking about more than that. It's truly endless and amazing to read and learn about. Africa, regardless of whether Oda said that about this woman in Africa, Africa is known as the cradle of humanity. Whether or not that inspired Oda, I don't know. That's just an interesting cradle of humankind. The cradle of humankind is a paleoanthropological site that is located about 50 kilometers northwest of Johannesburg, South Africa, in the Gauteng province. Declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1999, the site is home to the largest known concentration of human ancestral remains anywhere in the world. So it's basically saying we all have roots in Africa. Hi, Espada, welcome. But yeah, I mean, we could read about this all freaking night, and it would be very interesting, but I've actually never been there, I think. Have I? I don't think so. I don't remember being there, no. That's a trip worth making. Around 40% of the world's human ancestor fossils have been uncovered in this region. Okay, so Booty says, I did a bit more research. It's not in SBS, and it's not in volume 61. It is, however, in volume 62. In the author's note at the start of the volume. Ah, thank you very much. That is great kind of like confirm. Sorry. So what was mentioned by the tweeter before about Oda talking about the ancient mother. So Oda said in the author's note of volume 62 that if you trace the roots of people's DNA, our blood all leads to a single woman from a long time ago in Africa. So that's apparently. So here's the conclusion. It's really so much. I'm trying to kind of like, because their English seems a bit difficult for me to understand. Let me just read it the way that it's written. It's really so much deep and rich lore within Africa, y'all. It's truly endless and amazing to read and learn about. I'm not saying Africa will be the only inspiration for Oda and for Imu, but I'm saying it could be one of the main out there of many. That's it for this one. Until next time. Make sure to follow these theorists and analyzers, and then, but you can just go to the one I mentioned. I followed them, so. What? I don't know if the person doesn't give this person replied with a screenshot, but they are not giving any source for where this is screenshotted from. But it says, from West Africa, Joy Boy smiles perpetually at all the foibles and the problems of mankind and cures human troubles by tapping out an irresistible rhythm on his drum. Whoever hears the music of Joy Boy is compelled to dance and sing along until he or she has shaken the black cloak of despair from their shoulders. Some jazz players claim to have captured Joy Boy's rhythms, but their efforts are a pale imitation of the dance frenzy, which can keep humans dancing until they drop. Here you can check if you want. Okay, let's take a look. How was your weekend, Espada? Did you have fun? So this is volume 62. The cover looks like this. So it's around the Mermaid Island. What was that called? Mermaidia? No, I'm joking. So where's the author's note? Aha. Apparently, so this is the author's note, written by Oda himself. If you trace the roots of people's DNA, our blood all leads to a single woman from a long time ago in Africa. Despite this, theoretically speaking, she was not the earliest human around, but such a person must exist. The beginning of humanity, the mother of humanity. It sounds intense, so I tried drawing a picture in her image. All of humanity is one big family. No matter who's in trouble, they're not a complete stranger. Volume 62 is starting. Oh, Fishman. How did I forget Fishman Island? Okay. Well, I really appreciate that level of theorizing. I could never. I don't remember the last time I saw this level of brutality in a One Piece fight. That's what someone else tweeted. With the slicing fingers off, leg off. And then someone else tweeted, this scene has got more funny after the face reveal. A grown-ass man screaming from the presence of Joy Boy's Haki. Have you never angrily screamed at the TV before? We scream every day. Sanji's lucky Emu decided to kick him back instead of going slice on his leg. Honestly, both, yeah, that's what the first thing that I thought. You guys are so lucky you survived because he sliced two people and then he didn't slice them. I feel like that's plot armor stuff, right? Because Gert's fingers gone, that guy's leg gone. Zoro pushed back. Sanji, well, both of them were exploded. That's why the chicken wing thing was so funny. But they could have easily lost, like, limbs, even if not, decapitated. But they're lucky. Thank God for plot armor. Okay, let's roll. I love me a chapter full of action, but also totally plot armor, but I'm happy with it. Wasn't there some people thinking that Zoro was gonna lose? No, I forgot. Oh no, it was. Now I remember what it was. There was this picture of Usopp's nose poking Luffy's eye, and they were thinking Luffy was gonna lose an eye or something. Zoro doesn't have an eye to lose. I forgot. Ha 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 ha. Fun but exhausting. I got a headache when I got home. I'm in bed with some hot tea. That sounds nice. I'm also gonna have some hot tea after my stream. Which saves a lot about Emu really not wanting to waste time. He must be on a serious time limit. Well, he said to Somers, we don't have much time. But fucking, excuse me, left, right, center, explosion, explosion, explosion. Like, what the? There's that episode's gonna look like. Well, we'll see in a year. No, more than a year, because yeah, it's. If we watched episode 1156 today, and that's based on chapter. No, wait, we watched 1158, and that was based on a chapter that I read in February last year, but I was catching up at the time. So, how far ahead? Like, wait. Chapter 1158 is based on. Let me try this again. Episode 1158 is based on chapter 1129, right? Or am I? Please confirm for me. I don't know who Michael Bay is, but someone made a joke about that earlier, so haha. Is he a director that puts a lot of explosions in his movies? I just want to work out again, like, how long from chapter to episode, more or less. So October 2024 was chapter 1129, a year and a half ago. Oh, we did work that out before. So it's about a year and a half. So that means, wait. This is, so 18 months from now. What is 18 months from now? So it would be October 19, 2027. We might, around that time, we might see this shit animated. It's so good to be alive for this. Oh, well, definitely worked for Transformers. Okay, so you just have to say he's the Transformer director. Gotcha. So I'll finish the video here and then I'll do a little wind down for my stream. Thank you guys for watching and let me know what you thought about that person's theory. I will try to remember to link their tweet in the description if you want to go follow them or